Hello everyone, I'm China. Thank you for joining me on my little corner of the planner community here. Even though it is the end of January, I have finally finished setting up my planner for 2025. After a bit of a moment of planner confusion and indecision, I finally settled on this Sterling Ink Calming Planner in the size B6 to use for this year. And I have spent the past week setting up my planner, being very mindful of my planner needs now, reflecting on some lessons that I've learned from the past year and even the past couple of weeks. And I think I finally put together a setup that feels very comfortable to me, feels very natural, and I'm excited to share this with all of you. Any items that I have and that I'm using in this video, I'll make sure to link in the description box. So first thing is that usually I like to have a cover for my planner, but I don't have anything on here. We've been riding dirty for the past week and a half. And the reason why is because I told myself that if I can stay in this planner for 3 months, then I can order some type of leather cover for myself. Because I had so much indecision at the beginning of this year, I didn't want to spend a lot of money on accessories and a cover and then end up not using the planner and wasting money and whatever item that I purchased. So what I'm doing now is I use this Delphonics utility bag to carry all of my planner items. So glue sticks and pens and markers and highlighters, correction tape. I take this with me everywhere, and because the planner is so small, it fits right inside of the case, and I can just throw the whole thing in my backpack and my tote bag, and it works perfectly. So that's what we're doing for now until I feel really comfortable in the planner. So because of that, when we opened the planner, I made a little pocket for myself out of some leftover vellum that I purchased from Sterling Ink. I just used some double-sided tape along the perimeter of the page. I stuck the vellum on top and it created this little pocket for me. And inside of the pocket, I have this Day Designer insert that I had purchased, one of those little pocket planners that everyone was using last year, and I didn't end up using it, but I cut this out, and this is a list of holidays for 2025 and 2026, which is helpful in this planner because there are no printed holidays. So this is a great reference to have and a way to repurpose a planner that I didn't use. I also have this little insert that I printed. I purchased this off of Etsy to track my IRA contributions for the year. And then using my Canon Ivy, I printed this photo of my dog and I on a hiking trip that we went on last October. And I have all of this clipped together, inserted inside of the pocket, and it's really brightened my day this past week to be able to open the planner and just see this photo here and be reminded of some good times. And you'll see these little paper clips throughout the setup, and these are from Target here. This is from U Brands. There are 280 paper clips of all different colors, white, black, and gold. And I think it was like $4. So this was an alternative to me than using some index clips, and they work just fine. So going into the actual planner, the next page after the cover, I put my words of the year, which are patience and flexibility. These are two things that I've been working on in my own personal therapy sessions. And so I printed these two words on vellum and pasted them in. And then I wrote some sentences from some notes that I had. And it says, I accept that good things take time. Life ebbs and flows. Nothing is constant, and I must be flexible and open to change. Growth and blessings often lie on the other side of hardship and uncertainty. And I think a lot of us had some rocky years in 2024. So I'm just trying to remind myself to like be patient and to be flexible. And I definitely carried the flexibility piece into how I set up this planner. And then on the other side, I just tipped in a piece of vellum from Sterling Ink. and we'll go into our monthly overview page. And I went through and highlighted all of my paydays, and that's just what I'm using this for now. It may change. The next spread is by far my favorite spread to put together in any planner. In the planner, you'll have 2 blank pages, and I use these for my vision board. I have been collecting images off of Pinterest, things that I've seen on Instagram, inspirational quotes, some prayers from the Bible app that I screenshot, and I put these all together. I love the way little bits and pieces of what you want to visualize for yourself, how you want to feel, things you want to do, come together to create such a unique spread. And then I use these quotes here from Tim Holtz, and these little hearts are from a Happy Planner sticker book. And I can't get over how much I love this page. It is my favorite spread to put together every single year, no matter what planner I use. Next is the goal setting page, and this is already, these sections are already predefined on, there's some titles here of how you can use them, but I decided to take a different approach. So I wrote down different categories of my life that I wanted to work on, and I wrote down some things, not only that I wanted to achieve for the year, but also how I wanted to feel. Like want to not just focus on accomplishing tasks and being productive, but I wanted to make sure that even while I was accomplishing these tasks, I felt rested, I felt sharp and strong and happy or grounded. And I tried to incorporate that into my goal setting for this year. So I have what I wanted to either do or feel on the left side with some bullet points, and then on the right side I wrote action items to help me achieve either that goal or that feeling. And I'm trying to build in flexibility, which is why there's so much here, because depending on the season or what's available to you or how much resources that you have, that might change how you approach these goals. So for example, I noticed that I couldn't remember things. I was really tired, and I came to the conclusion that I was just spending way too much time looking at my phone. So one of my intentions for 2025 in the mind and body category is to decrease my screen time. And what I'm doing for that on the action side is that I currently have deleted Instagram from my phone, and that prevents me from doom scrolling and just honestly losing hours of my time. And then I've also replaced that then with word searches and crossword puzzles. And I built flexibility in because I'm not tracking these things. I'm not tracking how many days I haven't been on Instagram. I am just being mindful of that's something that I want to do. And then I also found a replacement for that helps stimulate my brain as well. So that's kind of one example of how I did goal setting for this year and how this structure helped me come to that conclusion. Next is the yearly tracker page, and I am tracking low stakes things here. I'm trying not to be too rigid, so I have a key here on the top right. Blue is when I go to yoga. The X here is when I have no spend days. So these are days when I spend on unnecessary items. That doesn't count gas or groceries or anything like that. And that goes to that financial goal that I set for myself. And then any number here is my bowling average. I'm in a bowling league, and I'm just trying to track my progress throughout the year. So I'm being very lenient with this. It's okay if I don't fill it out. I'm not trying to see blue everywhere. I just want to get a feel for my habits and maybe have something to look on at the end of the year to feel proud of, like I accomplished something. It would be nice to see my average increase throughout the week. But if I don't end up using this and I don't stay consistent, it's fine. I'm not going to beat myself up over it. Then we go into the quarterly breakdowns that have a section for each month, a priority, and then these 3 kind of like perpetual calendars here. And I am using this completely different than I did last year. Last year I didn't really know what to do with this side, and it's actually one of the reasons why I stopped using my common planner. But I'm writing the priorities, and these have to do with the goals and intentions that I set on the goals and intentions page. So I'm trying to reserve Sundays for rest and a weekly reset, go to the grocery store instead of overbooking myself. I would like to go to yoga 2 times a week, and I'm trying to reduce my screen time. And then for this section, I'm just writing monthly to-do lists, things that I want to get done for the month. And because I can see 3 months at a time, it allows me to pre-plan for 2 months in advance. And I've already have some items checked off, so this is working pretty well for me. And then these pages I'm actually using as my monthly calendar instead of the monthly spreads that are in further into the planner. I realize that my brain works very vertically, and so when I can see my schedule stacked on top of each other, I can see how much time, how busy I am, when I'm free, and this has been a game changer for me. So I went through for each quarter and put down the appointments and engagements that I have ahead of time that I know of for all the quarters, and we'll see how this goes. But so far, so good. I've been able to manage my time better this way than using the monthly spread, which we will get into how I'm using that. So this is how I'm using the monthly spread so far this year. I've been doing one highlight, memory, moment, word, feeling a day. And I've even introduced some doodling in here, tracking my bowling score, like my high bowling score for the night, any event, and this is so pleasing to look at for me. And I'm actually excited to see like how this progresses as the year goes on, and I think it'll be nice to have a good snapshot of my month all in one place. And it's a better use of the monthly spread than how I was trying to use it before. The weekly pages are just weekly pages. I'm tracking my appointments, and then I decided that because this is a smaller planner, I'm not going to do so much to-do list here on the weekly pages. I'm going to utilize the notes pages in the back, and I've been keeping my place on my weekly with this Midori index clip. This is something that I purchased last year, and I lost all the rest of them. This is the only one that I have left. And then I've also tabbed and went through every month. These are Midori index tabs, and yeah, they're in gold, and I thought they went really nice with the caramel color. I'm in a brown phase lately, so I'm just kind of leaning into that. And so now we'll go into the back pages here where I put some collections in the front, and then I'll get into my dailies. So the first thing that I have here is a book tracker, and this is a printable from Passion Planner. And then I tipped in another piece of vellum from Sterling Ink. On the other side is a bucket list. So one of my intentions for 2025 is to introduce novelty into my life, because we can get into such a routine of waking up, going to work, coming home, cooking dinner, going to sleep. And one way I feel like I can kind of spice things up is to be intentional about trying something new, or going to a new coffee shop, or reading a new genre of book at least 2 times a month. And I find it's easier to do that when I already have a list. So as the year goes on, I'll just keep adding, and then I'll check off when I've done any of the things on the bucket list. I did a January catch-up because I had not been planning for 3 weeks. So just to orient myself on like where I am. And then this page is my 2025 prayer list. This is a doll from Addie Rar. I think her shop is closed, and I have a ton of her dolls left over, but I just wrote the things that I'm praying for, the people that I'm praying for. And Next, I have this When Did I Last spread. I got this idea from Joshi Corinne, and then I also saw Planning with Natalie make this, and I'm just writing down when I've done groceries or purchased dog food, washed my car, have gotten gas, just so even for budgeting purposes, I can see how frequently I'm doing these things and incorporate that into my budget. And then the last two spreads that I have here are some YouTube ideas because I'm trying to be more active. I'm gonna try, can't make any promises, but I'd like to create more content here. And then I have a savings page for my main savings. I do have a savings goal. I find that when I make my collection spreads really simple, I'm more likely to use them versus very complicated things that I have to color in. It's easy for me to just write the date, how much I saved, and call it a day. So those are the pages that I'll be coming back to frequently. And then after that, I just get into some dailies. So my plan is to do a little cover page for the month, very simple, and then use these as I see fit. I did some journaling. I do want to do these weekly wrap-ups again, that's for sure. I did that in my comment planner and my Aura Estelle last year, and I really liked having this snapshot of my week. And then what I've been doing are these weekly mind maps, especially when I have busy weeks. It helps me set an intention for myself, and also helps me use stickers because I have a ton of doll stickers that I don't use. So I kind of pick a doll that is the vibe I'm feeling for the week, and then I just write how I need to approach that week, where I need to focus myself, areas where I can build in downtime. And I've been doing this for about 3 months, and it's been a game changer as well. And then I've just been doing dailies, and I'm not promising that I use one page a day. I take up as much space as I need, and then I keep it moving. So this was a full day. I did some journaling, and then this day there's 2 pages on here, and that's fine. So that is what we have so far. I hope that you come along on this journey with me as we see how this starts to fill up and evolve throughout the year. And thank you for sticking in there with me while I try to figure out what I'm using. Thank you for watching this video, and I want to know, what is your favorite spread to set up for the year? Mine is the vision board. Comment down what you get most excited for in your setup. Is it a certain spread? Is it a certain collection? Let's chat in the comment section. I will see you in my next video, and happy planning. Bye.